And hello, everyone! Oh my god, no internet drops. Finally. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the first episode of Devil Hunter X Trigger, our Devil May Cry inspired Daggerheart mini campaign. Before we start, sadly, due to scheduling arrangements, one of our players, Middi, is currently not present, but hopefully by the time episode 2 rolls around, we'll have the entire squad in here. Um, so, if you guys are not aware what Daggerheart is, it is a TTRPG system created by Critical Role and their publishing house, Darrington Press, and we'll be using that for our story for these 5 sessions. So, as we start, we begin in the Astoria Domain, a troubled region with many settlements that are swallowed by fire and ash. In the city of Duskhaven, we right now start with 3 adventurers. And Elias, at what state do we find our dwarven friend right now?
We find Hylas sitting on a stone, furrowed brow, smoking his pipe, just staring off into the distance towards the horizon. This old dwarf with more wrinkles than stories, with a long red beard that has quite a bit of white and a braided mohawk, and he has his trusty axe Jenny number 4 resting across his lap as he's sharpening the blade.
At all? As Hyla says, you sharpening the blade, the sparks flying off of your axe. They remind you of all the battles you've already fought. And you feel in your old bones there's more to be fought in this moment. As you feel a slight rumble beneath your feet as we pass off to Felipe. Where do you
All
find
right.
yourself in this moment?
Well, am I in the same environment as Hylos at the moment? Are we out in more in the
Uh,
open?
you guys are out in the open. You can choose to be wherever you are in this moment in Duskhaven.
Well, Felipe is this tall, wet behind the ears, absolute rake of a beanpole looking but he cannot be older in anyone's eye than 19 at a push. He is absolutely nervous. He is essentially just doing the usual motions that he does ever since he started training under his parents long gone, as a kid, of checking over all of his gear, making sure that he's got his rations and everything he's going to need for his long march, and he's humming along his little songs of the partisan. He's got a little red songbook, actually, with all of the little soldiers' chants and whatnot that his a family have taught him, with the words "Army of Rumque Cannon, I sing of arms and the man" written on the front of it. And yeah, he is just being a little weedy and checking through his gear and making sure that everything's all up to go, and he's just dead nervous. This is his first mission, after all.
As you're checking your gear, you recently got a briefing of a few rampant demon sightings, devil sightings, a bit further ways away from Duskhaven. So you're checking your gear, you're making sure everything's there, but there seems to be some what you feel like. You look over the missive. It's different than the last time you've been handed a missive for for any kind of career mission you've had, any kind of scouting mission you've been on. You have had some of those before, but the first missive you've gotten here for your first Devil Hunter mission, it feels more scribbled in haste than the previous ones you've had. But you sense there's something amiss here. So
Is there
you kind of
goal to look at that?
go ahead. First roll of the campaign. Go ahead and give me an instinct roll, if you may so please.
Now, this is funny because my instinct is -1. I'd
Indeed.
also so I would like to ask. I take it there's no way I could apply partisan to figure out what might be going on with this.
So this is where you spend the little neat thing you have called hope. You can spend a hope and add a +2 from one of your experiences to this roll. So that would make your -1 into a +1.
Well, that's certainly better than -1, so I will go ahead with that.
All right.
And you said this was
go
going to be
ahead.
on instinct.
Instinct. So that would be an instinct pure roll. So if you gain a hope, you regain that hope, and if you roll a fear, I gain a fear.
And roll again, so mod +1.
10
Apparently I...
with fear.
10 with hope? Or 10 with fear?
10 with fear, from what the bot says. So I gain a fear, and you're looking over this missive. You not only feel your hands start to tremble, not only your body start to tremble, but you feel the earth underneath your feet tremble. Felipe. As we pan over to Slitheen. Slitheen, in this moment, where the ground is still, the air is more pressurized than you would expect. What is Slitheen doing in this moment?
Well, Slovene actually had just finished doing his biddings for the syndicate he's a part of. He had just finished killing someone, if you will, so he could get some, get the resources that he needed to give back to the folks up in their syndicate. So he's cleaning off his grappler. There's a bit of blood on it. And he's just thinking to himself, this is weird. Why is the air so... Sorry. Why is the air so different? I do not like this. Just all while he's cleaning his grappler, he's cleaning it just fine. He doesn't even have to look while he's cleaning. He's just like, this weird. What is going on?
In that thought process, Levine, can you give me an instinct duality dice roll, please? Just in general?
Yes, he can. That's a 7 in hope and a 4 in fear.
So 11 with hope. You feel there's this kind of rising pressure through the air, but there's this kind of sort of electricity coursing through it. You're not sure what to make of it, but you feel this kind of... You see a few people around from just different corners of the syndicate move their way out from this underground base a bit higher up. But you start to see the entirety of your base start to shake in this instance. To all three of you, what you start to feel in your areas right now is as an earthquake completely wrecking through the entirety of Duskhaven and the surrounding settlements. And Hylas, since Actually, Hylas and Felipe, can you both make me really forgot to open a sheet. Back in my bed. I do not have the list of like basically the skills. Yeah, so I'd say just go ahead and both of you make me another instinct roll, please.
Okay.
I'm gonna assume no reason I can add partisan to that as well.
No reason for this one. I do apologize. This would be more or less akin to a D&D perception check. 9 with hope. So you gain a hope. Add a hope to that. Add a hope to your sheet.
Instinct. That is a 20 with fear.
20 with fear, so I gain a fear. And I will immediately spend that fear. As you all see in the horizon what seems to be massive spires of just rotting flesh, bone, and sinew start to make their way from the Earth's core in and rise their way quickly into the sky. And Hylas, that is the thought that creeps into your head of more fights to come as you see all 3 spires on the horizon. Just pierce through the clouds. And Felipe, as you're looking at this as well, you feel like there's just this sort of foreboding presence emanating from them as Hylas. With even that 20 with fear, you do end up seeing that there's the barrier between worlds, between your domain and the realms below, the hells themselves, has thinned again. You remember, Hylas, from your childhood, you remember seeing the first collapse of the Astoria Domain. And in the back of your head, you feel like this could lead to a second.
Seeing these flesh spires and knowing that nobody probably here has seen something like this before, I'm assuming Hylas is on some sort of like rampart on this walled city.
Yeah, 100% on a rampart or
Yeah.
any kind of like walled exterior.
Hylas is definitely gonna flashing back from that distant memory. He's going to get up and sprint to either ring an alarm bell or find somebody that has an actual ranking to point this stuff out. And it's like, we've got big trouble here.
You see,
There,
what's
in the
you see,
distance.
well, you
Never
look
seen anything
around.
like it.
You look around and you see there seems to be a few like lower ranking soldiers. So it's easy enough for you to like kind of flag one of them and just point it out. And as you do, I will say just within the domain, it is very low magic. So there is the you see one of them pull and ring an alarm, and you see one of the bells starts to ring, and the echo itself bounces between 1 to 2 to 3 bells, kind of bouncing from 1 to 2 to 3, and making their way to near you, Felipe, and you too, Slitheen. Both of you start to hear the ringing of alarm bells, just bouncing their way through the city. Yes, Elias.
Well, I was going to say, on that response, I'd immediately like to load my rifle and then tie the colors to my glaive.
Yeah, easy enough. Quick action for you to do. As the alarm bells are ringing, Slitheen, what are you doing as you're making your way out? Are you making your way out of the syndicate?
Yes, Slovene is making his way out of the syndicate. He had just in the nick of time, the alarm went off as he finished cleaning his grappler. So he puts his grappler away and he leaves the syndicate.
And I would say, given the fact that you have worked as a devil hunter before, Slovene, for like short bursts, just to get by, make ends meet. You do know that and at this point, Felipe, you from your own training, you would know when these alarm bells are rang, it's all hands on deck. Any available devil hunters, freelance or part time, need to make their way towards the main HQ. And Hylas, you would know this better than anyone else because your father was the one that installed the system.
He makes his way to HQ.
Alright, marching quick time.
All right. As you, Hylas, would you just start to dart your way towards the HQ as well?
I would definitely just like grab some young whippersnapper and say, "You don't move from this spot. Keep an eye on these spires and report if anything changes." And then
Yes, sir.
rushes off to HQ. It's a good lad.
You
For a
bolt
second there
off.
when you said,
Oh.
I was gonna say, for a second there when you said whippersnapper, I thought, he's gonna get at me!
All of you make your way towards the HQ, and I will ask. You see in big bold letters. There seems to be an engraving in Dwarvish above the archway towards the HQ. Hylas,
Yes.
what do you think they say?
And this is the
Where's
inscription
Devil
above
Hunters?
the door
Devil Hunters. The Devil
of
Hunters
the
HQ.
Devil Hunters. Devil Hunters HQ.
Mm-hmm.
It says
Sorry to put you on the spot there, bud.
with the I was like, oh no, this is so much. I think I think I have because this is the Angel's Fury, right?
The Angel's Fury Guild, yes.
Yes. Okay. It says oh man.
They're okay.
Sorry, I'm trying to think of something poetic. Let's see. Maybe we can workshop it. With the light of the wings, with the light of the angel's wings, we fight back the darkness. I guess, yeah.
And with that, you also see just a set of angelic wings made of stone wrap around the engraving on this archway. And
So,
as you guys are approaching your way towards, all three of you reconvene near the archway. So all three of you see each other. Hylas, you would pick up that you've seen the courier boy a couple of times beforehand, just delivering some supplies in and out of Duskhaven. And while you've not really met with the Dracona, you're more familiar with the dealings of the emblem that he carries than some might expect. But at the moment, from what you all three of you see, you do not see any freelance or full-time employed devil hunters approach the HQ. It is you three and this archway.
So we've arrived first.
Or, by some chance of fate, you're the only ones available.
Oh, that's depressing. Oh no!
This can't be Elliot, can it?
There's like Felipe trying to do his best, like full parade formation and standing still with like a muse glaive, and he's just like realizing, oh, it's just us.
I think
Nemo, could you repeat what you said last? Sorry, I couldn't quite catch it.
It's like, there's no way this is all that's here today. He's
but you're
definitely,
gonna have
he's definitely looking up physically at the two that are here, but it's definitely like he's looking down.
And just generally, from what you can, what you two can sense from the presence of Hylas, he's seen a lot of battles.
He looks handy. So, if we're the ones standing out here, I suppose Felipe just like, should we go in then, lads?
Yes, let's go in.
well, I was going to go in without y'all anyways, so
I'm going to spend a fear. And as you all are gathered in the archway, right before you all try to make your way towards the entrance, droplets of rain start to make their way down from the sky, but it's not water.
Oh God!
it's blood.
Exactly, Slovene. It is.
I'm not gonna lie, I was gonna say I hope it's blood.
As
This is not the
as
worst
blood
thing.
drips onto you, it steams against your skin and evaporates on contact.
Well, it's not the worst thing I've seen.
It's a
Oh yeah,
man.
what would that be?
Sorry, Nemo? Can you repeat that, please?
Oh yeah, what would that be? 'Cause I've seen things that would make even your scales curl.
Why do you think that? Do you not think that I've not seen things?
Listen here, youngin. I ain't got
Youngin,
time for this.
young. Oh, you must be mistaken. You must be mistaken. No. I am walking away.
Well, I was gonna say,
Listen,
well,
if I was
having
just
an
2
argument,
inches
but I
taller. Ugh.
Sorry, one at a time, guys. Nemo, what were you saying? Sorry?
Oh, you're good, you're good. If I was just 2 inches taller.
And Elias.
He shakes a fist.
I was gonna say, while those two are having an argument, I think Felipe would have immediately tried to get out of the steaming blood rain.
As you guys make your way inside, the situation seems dim. While the Angel's Fury Guild stands as a testament to the might of humanoids of Duskhaven, standing tall against the forces of monsters that have sought to devour their home. It's a tall structure made of brick, stone, and wood, and is incredibly sturdy, made and reinforced just under 200 years ago, just when you were a kid, Hylas. Around the time, since then, the leadership of the guild has not changed since its inception, so the true goal of the guild has not been lost. As you enter the guild hall, the center is bustling with what you see admin staff, fellow couriers from who you recognize, Felipe, and scouts reporting on the issues they've noticed already around Duskhaven with the Blood Rain. And as other devil hunters have made it out of town to investigate any issues outside the walls, you right now are the only three that have fully answered the call to return to HQ.
And can I ask, Tom, is there some authority within the HQ, some figure of prominence that we might recognize if we came in?
As you come in, there is hold on, there is the full leader, an elder dracona called Atraconia, my bad. That is not present in the full guild hall right now, but Hylas, you would know for a fact that if she's not here, if she's in the office upstairs, sorting out deeper issues that any other admins downstairs could just sort themselves on their own. But while you're right now in this guild hall, you do see a like taller, kind of broader shouldered half giant, seemingly with like a massive warhammer on his own. Felipe and Hylas, you two would know this as one of the sturdier couriers. Maxos.
So would Maxos be a ranking superior to us?
Technically yes. He would be senior to you, Felipe, and Sladine, but on kind of a same kind of ranking to you, Hylas, as like a courier, but more like a higher courier, but not an actual devil hunter. Like you guys would be more or less like on that same kind of ranking, but you as a devil hunter and he as a courier.
Like a courier major, almost.
In a way, yes.
In that case, Felipe will do his absolutely formation parade march all the way up to him and be like, Felipe Bandiera, devil hunter reporting for duty, Maxos, sir!
Calm down, Felipe. We need you at ease.
Aye, sir.
Hylas, good to see you.
Maxus, have you seen?
I have heard from the scouts as well. It's... Atraconia is doing her best upstairs. I'm not sure if I can let you guys through just yet, but I'm sure that due to the severity of this issue, any available devil hunters will be proceeded to make their way up pretty soon to see what the chief has in store. And I'm assuming these two are rolling up with you, Hylas.
I have no
believe
connection
they are.
to either of you.
Well, you do now, lizard boy.
Ugh.
Hylas, sorry for the rush, but I will be putting you in charge with these two. I do apologize.
This will be just great.
Felipe gives an affirmative stomp. Sir!
I do apologize about this one. He's a bit obsessed with the old ways.
My parents were the last true partisans of Lavore, and I am honoring their memory with my commitment to the cause.
And Slitheen just rolls their eyes. Ugh.
Yes, what you're doing is very noble, cadet.
There is a light flutter of the colors behind him. Basically, Felipe carries a shitload of weaponry more than he should for someone of his physical size, considering that he maybe weighs 180 pounds at a push. But yeah, I've got a rifle, a rapier at my hip, and a glaive on my back with a deep red flag, dripping from the back of it, which... I mean, it definitely doesn't look like natural red dye, which is maybe one thing of note.
And to both of you, it is easy to spot that this is blood. A blood-soaked banneret on a glaive.
Yeah, and this boy
That's
looks
metal.
like he has no business wielding such a weapon.
Absolutely metal. And you see the massive warhammer at Maxos' side. He grabs it, puts it on his shoulder. I will check with the chief, and you see a few admin staff just kind of scurry, give a few like shuddered whispers to Maxos, and I'll be right with you. And just stomps upstairs, and you are left to your devices at the minute.
Question: since this is, does the Devil Hunters like HQ also have a bar?
You tell me, actually.
I mean, I'd be inclined to think that any guild of hardened mercenaries in their headquarters would need some type of like place to go and like blow off steam. So if there isn't even just a set of chairs next to like a table somewhere,
You see what you see is actually on the side, and it just seems to be like a full, kind of an izakaya style of setup of like stools next to each other in close proximity to with a bar with one person stacking up drinks to people who are off duty at the minute.
all right. And question: what is the poison of choice in like a Fair City?
Up to you.
He walks over and he's like, "I'll take a large pitch of the rice wine."
In fairness, strangely enough, you don't see a lot of Infernus around this parts, given the reason. But the Infernus that is serving drinks right now, massive like ram horns, slick back black hair tied into a ponytail, shaved sides, seems to be just wearing standard beige, like kind of common clothing, serving up. Should I be serving a drink to you?
I am of age.
You have a devil
I
hunter
swear
system,
to
yeah, why
bitch!
not? Why not? Go for it. If you get
His
pissed,
name
don't.
is He's a drink.
If you get pissed, don't blame me, mate.
Alright, Felipe takes whatever's handed to him and just necks it out of the fear knowing about what he's about to walk into.
You down and hold on.
If you're gonna make me do a body save, I'll do it, or some type of like. I'll do it, Tom.
I will require you to make just a presence roll for me, please.
You fool!
Uh-huh.
Now I believe I have presence 0.
It is currently, I think it is 0, if the character card proves me right.
Yep, it's 0.
Mm-hmm.
Um, 7 with hope.
You gain a hope, add that. You down it. You don't immediately pass out. But, and this is the good part, you try to not upchuck from the immediate shock to your system, but there is some sort of little liquid in the back of your throat that you quickly have to dispatch right back down.
So basically, there's no way I look like I just tanked the shot. It's definitely there's an expression on my face, something like.
If a ghost could be pale, that'd be you right now, mate.
Ah, that's fair enough.
If I could go more pale, that'd be you right now.
I mean, that's the thing. I've never been in a real fight before. The concept I'm about to potentially see the next great invasion is kind of putting him on edge.
Makes sense. As this is happening, Slitheen, you look around and you see a few of the admin staff, and one of them in the syndicate, in kind of like who you actually recall from the syndicate. It seems to be coming up to you and like kind of sneakily hands you a letter, and then just bolt off.
I wonder what this letter could be. And
You flip-
Slitheen kind of unrolls it.
As you unroll it, I will pass it off to you, Elliot. What missive would Slitheen get from the Syndicate at this time about anything that's happening with these Blood Spires?
That is a great question. Shit.
Hey, Daggerheart, I'm passing it off to you, folks. I'm throwing the DM hat right back at you.
Slitheen looks at the letter, and it's written in a script that really is only familiar to other syndicate members, so it's almost like their kind of own language that they communicate by. And Slitheen looks and he's like, oh no, it seems one of our he thinks in his head, one of our rival syndicates has some information on this. And he thinks in his head, like, but how? But how? How do they have all the information and we do not? I suspected our syndicate had a little more information on what was going on. But he's all thinking this in his head. He's not saying it out loud to anyone, as to make sure that no one else knows what's going on with syndicate operations.
And as you're thinking this as well, it's kind of like you're go ahead and actually give me a knowledge roll for me, please. It is a +0.
Is that it's the duality dice, isn't it?
Yes, 2d12, and you add them together as per.
Okay. 21 hope.
21 with hope, you gain a hope. Make sure to add that on your sheet. And you're going through this this letter, and a flick of the blood from the blood rain that kind of coalesced on your snout flops onto the paper, and you see it reveals neighboring ciphers, so you at least know that which rival syndicate is now operating in advantage with this information. Yes, Elias.
I just wanted to point out how hilarious it is that that's happened, because that would imply that this syndicate has created this very complex cipher. One day it starts mysteriously raining blood, the next thing you know, they're all looking at their papers like, oh shit!
That's rewarding high rolls. That's what we gotta do here.
Here, this bit of paper that I wrapped my fish in says that there's a drug operation going on the east side.
A few moments pass, and as these moments pass, Hylas, you see young Felipe just barely survive a nice water drink, and you see a few interactions with Slitheen, the Dracona, and another member of the admin staff. What is Hylas doing in this moment?
I think the thing that Hylas actually notices is Felipe probably doing in Hylas's eyes, like, Felipe's first real shot is just reminiscing of the days, and probably goes over and take the seat next to him. Just, I remember when I had my first shot. Don't worry, it doesn't get easier. And then calls for taps the bar to get a shot of his own.
The shot is fully supplied. You being very much a long-standing member of the Angel's Fury Guild, it is met with grace and pleasure.
So I'm just watching him like drink whatever like high proof nonsense this is, like milk.
I'm assuming so, right, Nemo?
Yeah.
This is what
You don't get
No,
to
I-
my age without acquiring a taste for such things.
the ice cubes are probably still rattling around his glass. Oh man. Do you think I'm gonna die, boss?
Not if I have anything to do about it. You're gonna be just fine.
Thank you, sir. He says as he raises a salute.
Enough with that.
All right, sir.
This one's gonna be a lot of work.
Meanwhile, like Felipe's just sort of like like putting the glass down, like just gripping like his weapon, like wait, almost imagining something's gonna burst through that door any moment now.
The urge to spend a fear to make that actually happen is insane, but I will refrain because we need to meet a plot beat, and I'm not engaging in combat right now. I don't know if Middi has this urge, but just to spend fear to just do some fuck shit the urge to do that is immense.
It's so easy. It's like they taunt you. It's just like, I mean, the fear's right there.
Yeah, I have these.
We could.
A question I'll actually talk about. You did want to spend fear on. My family probably had ties to the Angel's Fury Guild before this, right?
I wouldn't need to specifically say spend any fear for this, because this is just like a fact of the matter of the campaign of the world itself.
But what I more meant was, I think to spend fear on, given Felipe is in his present very emotionally turbulent state, what if there happened to be behind that bar, amongst numerous photos of other patrons, a photo of my dear mum?
You not only see just Felipe, you kind of like raise your head from the glass. And I will go ahead and just swap music for this as well. Yeah, this will fit. This is more emotional. You look up and you not only see just your own mother, but grandmother, your great-grandmother, a few generations down the line. Some of them fallen to the demons early in their age, some of them later. But you see also another picture of your like more of a group picture on the above the bar itself, like around on the mantle. And I will ask this question as well of you, Nemo. In this photo, would Felipe see a younger Hylas with some of Felipe's family?
There's probably a very high chance that Hylas is in one of those photos, be it either his whole head or just like either his full body or just the top of his head, because he is a dwarf. But he has probably made it into quite a few of the photos that are on this wall.
And you look, Felipe, at the photos there as well, and you notice not only just like a younger Hylas in full view in this massive shot, a photo that was taken on an occasion of by far one of the greatest advances towards reclaiming the Astoria Domain. You see your mother and holding the banneret, holding the standard. And you see what seems to be the moment your grandmother fell was in this advance. And that just brings you to tears.
Fuck's sake, he's another! Smashes the glass against the bar!
The glass shatters. You not knowing your own strength in this instance, Felipe. The glass shatters. And you see bing, ding, 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 a huge chunk of the glass. It strikes right next to the photo.
Oh, shite.
And the air in this room is silent after that.
I don't know how many of the guild members know who Felipe is, but like, it's something of a pathetic sight. It's literally a Boy Scout who is now going to become a soldier because every member of his family have already fought and died in this conflict.
And as the entirety of the air in this chamber is now silent, the noise is completely subdued after you thrashed that glass. But what you do hear is boom, boom. And Hylas, you would know, just from the steps alone, of how hardy and slow they are. This is Atraconia, the guild master, marching down the steps herself, which she rarely does. And that's where we're gonna go to break. We'll catch you guys in just a few minutes. All right, and we're back. So, I'm gonna go ahead and shift the music here as well. Think. Yeah, this works. What you see coming down the steps, it's a visage of an elder Dracona that you have seen more than once, Hylas, but to Felipe and to you, Sladine, you two haven't really seen the chief, the guild master, one of the most powerful soldiers in the Angel's Fury Guild. The person that you see is a white Dracona, scales pearlescent in what light there is from torchlight from this chamber here. Eyes golden in their light, and what scales have aged have just only lost the shine that the other current scales have. Wearing tough, brawlic armor, thick leather armor that has seen years of age and use. And what you see is this massive Dracona, while still old in her years, is still carrying herself with this immense sense of presence and pride. And at her side is a massive greatsword with what you see to be draconic runes and on the blade, twisting steel Damascus, pulsating with what seems to be a reddish aura, and a handle itself emblazoned with a devilish eye in the center of the pommel, made of bone and shards of defeated enemies. Yes, Elias.
As the guild master, her attention fixed on you.
Right now, as she's stepping down, Maxos is right behind her, and she's stepping down and scanning the room. No, not paying any mind to anyone in particular in the instance. But after a moment, the golden gleaming eyes, transfix on the bar. Elias!
Hylas hasn't moved.
Get your old geezer butt right here!
Hylas goes to finish his drink, forgetting that he has already finished it, and then sets it back down. Pushes himself off of the bar, and starts walking his way over.
And I would like to Hylas's dismay, lockstep in formation behind him.
Come on, kid.
Sir!
As Hylas, you approach Draconia, there's a massive smile across her face. Come here, you old bastard! And she gives you a
you're
massive
still on
hug.
2 legs.
Not for long, but as long as I have them. And she gives you a massive hug. Just picks you off the ground. Ugh. Shit's a mess, as usual. But we're here to
Seems
sort
like
shit
it.
out, aren't we, old lad?
It's every day the sun rises.
Who's this whippersnapper that you got with you?
Felipe Bandiera reporting for duty, madam!
Bandiera. She ruffles your hair with a massive draconic palm, ruffling through the beret you have. Your family will serve us well. Good to see you.
Well, madam,
Good to see you back in the fight. Well, you're still young.
This is true, madam.
I heard from Maxos that you got another one in your care for now. Where's the scaly one?
Right here.
Oh! There he is. There they are.
Interesting. Alright, we'll take whatever help we can get. Alright. Admin staff at ease. Couriers, make your way out and be ready at dawn to come back. There's this commanding presence even from a Dracona that's reached her 300s. That just everyone scatters back to their duties. You three with me.
Ma'am!
And she starts stepping back up the stairs, expecting you to follow her.
Well, I'll be looking to my superior officer.
Hylas is definitely following. He starts, without a question or a word, Hylas starts to follow.
Within begrudgingly follows.
Alright, as you guys are making your way up the steps, it is very clear to see why it took out Draconia a little bit longer than expected to make her way back down. As you guys are making up the steep climb back up. And as you enter in the chambers, the great sword at Draconia's side just flings the door itself damn near off its hinges as the door swings open into this massive office that she has with memorabilia of every kind. And Nemo, if you can be so kind, what trophies would would Hylas and Draconia have collected over the years? At least a few.
At least a few. Okay. A one probably the center would be a skull, the top of a skull, that is wider than the chair she sits in. It is hanging on the wall by chains, and the shape is reminiscently triangular of some type of predator with multiple eye sockets and like enormous fangs. But what strikes out is there is in fact two broken weapons lodged in the center of where the forehead would be. One is a giant sword, the other looks like it might have been an axe. And there's all sorts of other things as well, like like rusted blades as well, but it all kind of or like any other type of shaped skull or spines, but it all kind of points towards this one creature's skull at the center.
Yeah, metal as hell, as you would expect from like a 300-year-old Dracona that's seen war like you have never seen before. Being even in her prime during the Vertex War itself, you still, Hylas, you still cannot believe the strength she carries. 50 years from being close to her own demise of natural old age, she is still a spry as a chicken. And you see the massive sword being kind of lodged into the flooring itself, next to the table as well. All right. We have seen unprecedented times, Hylas. Certainly have. And I'm glad to see you back on this journey. First and foremost. These two I'm not so sure of. Maxos told me they're in your care for now. Can I trust you to take care of them?
Like shaking like a leaf.
Hylas takes a quick look at both of them and lets out a breath and, hi.
Good.
You can trust them.
I am very hesitant right now to send you on this mission. I will tell you that much.
You worried my age is getting to me?
Not that. Certainly not that. If anyone's age is getting to me, is me. This mission is not for the weak-hearted, and she looks directly at you, Felipe.
I don't know if I actually make that noise, but that's the noise she makes internally.
But I want people to be loyal. And then she pans out to you, Slitheen. Do I trust you both on that?
You will not betray my duty, ma'am!
If you want me to say yes, what do I get in return?
Your life. Your lives. All of you. This mission is for the safety of the entire domain. And she grabs one of the papers on the desk that she has. Seems to be like a freshly rolled out parchment. And Hylas, you would know this is one of the missives from one of the couriers that's been kind of running in and out and in and out. And Felipe, you would recognize this more or less yourself as like something that's been written quickly, that like the news is spreading quickly, and this needs to be sent out to the appropriate people very fast. For the sake of it, the time frame right now from when you guys heard the alarm bell to you guys gathering to now being in the office is about, I'd say, 2.5 hours in universe. So the missives here, they've been in and out as you guys have been taking your time drinking and waiting on our response from both Maxos and from and Atarconia kind of flagging you guys back into the office. Some of our warriors have not returned. I fear the worst. Bandiera.
Man!
Your family has served us for generations, and your family will serve us more. Can I trust you on this?
I promise to do my duty, ma'am.
Yeah, she seems to give you like a solemn kind of look of like nostalgia, especially seeing that red beret, seeing the glaive, the worn, torn damage that it has had. And there's this kind of like, you see even beneath her eyes, there's this kind of look of, I wouldn't even have you roll like any check for this associated, like this, you see it on her face that like, she does not want to send you to your death. She's weighing her options. She's trying to be as rational about this as possible.
Can I attempt almost to sway the situation in my favor?
I will say, if you want to give more confidence in your situation, go ahead and make a presence roll for me, please.
Sure, okay. Alright, now that would be, again, +0. But in this rare instance, since she specifically knows about me because of the legacy of my family...
I will allow you to spend a hope for Partisan.
Excellent.
'21 with hope.
God damn!
Gain that hope right back.
I think what I say to her, basically the only thing that Felipe is using to keep his idea that he might survive this in his mind, which is, ma'am, the Banderas will not die until the standard is once more raised over the city of Lost Lavore.
I will need a spelling on that, please, Elias. If you can be so
Lavore
kind.
is spelled Lavore.
Lost Lavore? Lost Lavore.
Yes. Because Lavore was the city that Felipe's ancestors came from. We took the standard when it was taken and we swore we would take it back.
Lavore.
Lavore.
Mm-hmm. And... I can sense great power in you, kid. You, Dragon Boy. Can I trust you to be loyal to the guild as well as your syndicate, or will you betray us at the next possible second?
Question is why do I need to be loyal to you?
You are loyal to us. The entire safety of your syndicate will not be in jeopardy. I have the power to raise this entire city to ashes myself, and I will not hesitate to focus that to a fine pinpoint. Raise you and your allies off of my city.
It's so powerful than you think.
Return to me in one piece and prove it then.
Okay.
Elias, we've seen many battles, old friend. Can I trust you to not fall into your doom?
You can. These old bones aren't ready to fall off just yet.
Good, good. You see her flip through the missive a bit more. Right now, we understand very little about these blood spires. But I want you all to make your way to a nearby forest. I am purposely, by the way, I'm not going to name this forest purposely, by the way, to leave it up to Middi. So right now, you guys only are going to be clued into the forest. But retroactively, when the name is revealed, you will know it.
Got it.
It is up to you. Seek out one of the hedge witches in the order. Make your way to the forest. Meet up with them there. Gwyn has worked with us before on brief stints. I'm sure she'll provide aid where necessary. I'm sure, Elias, Felipe, you've known the route, correct? And I will put it forward, Felipe. You have been on courier missions to the forest before, but kind of more in and out. They've been the forest itself has been closed off to preserve the nature there as well.
I can lead us there easily.
Good. Elias, I'm sorry for putting you on this road yet again, old friend.
It's all right. Somebody's got to do it.
And Elias, she gives you this kind of knowing look. You've seen it on her face a couple of times that she sent you on a few different missions beforehand after she's retired herself from working as a full-on devil hunter while being guild master to just being guild master. She's resigned herself to sending out people on missions. But you can't help but feel from the look on her face that she is trying her best to not just grab the sword and just go on this mission with you. Because she knows that in the back of her mind, and you've seen this look on her face multiple times, that if she goes on this mission herself, she will perish. So she is sadly resigning herself to sending fledgling hunters to do her work for her, and she hates that. And you just see that behind the golden eyes, the pearlescent scales. This woman that is staring at you, this Dracona warrior that's been fighting in battles over 200 years, 200 long grueling years, is still so tired. And doesn't want people to die in her stead.
Don't worry. I'll make sure we all get back.
Thank you, old friend. All right. Gather your supplies. Maxus will take care of the rest for you. I'll make sure he ships you off with the best materials for this mission, and of course, every part that we can supply for all of you, and to pass off to Gwyn as well.
Of course.
He nods to you all. As you guys exit out, you see Maxos just standing there outside the door. He provides you with enough rations, and to that point, all three of you gain 2 handfuls of gold.
Well, we're rich.
Woohoo! I will say, for you, all three of you get. Let me actually just write this down, because I'm just kind of working off the cuff. 2 handfuls of gold. Each of you, and I will say this retroactively will be given to Middi / Gwyn at the top of next session, as you guys are kind of integrating as a full party. 2 handfuls of gold. 7 days of rations, on top of what you've already had. 7 days of rations, and you all get an enchanted water skin to share between the 4 of you. These, like, all of you know that, like, enchanted water skins like this are not easy to come by. Especially with how low the arcane like sources have dwindled in the past 200 so years. So basically, this kind of acts as like a version of D&D's like decanter of endless water. So an enchanted water skin shared between the 2 of you, you will not be thirsty at all. Between the 4 of you, I will say. Sorry. Water skin. If there's any additional tools or anything you guys would like to add to that list, make sure to let me know. If you guys are in need of like any additional weapons, any additional resources. Elias, you seem to be thinking.
I mean, I assume I have sufficient black powder and shot for my rifle, right?
I'd say so, yes. You do have, we are not going to keep track of ammo, per se.
Fair play.
Purely because I personally just, that kind of nitty-gritty of it all, I do not like it.
Aye, it also kind of stands to reason that in the field, the guerrilla partisan would probably be the kind of man who would cast his own lead, like, that kind of thing.
It's easy enough for you to fashion anything you might need on the road, you having your own way around things as well. Alright, and I will go ahead and up that to here. And if you guys need any additional resources that like the guild could provide, that would make sense. If you guys want to look through the list of items that like in the inventories, like add inventory and stuff like that, on Demiplane, make sure to let me know. We will figure that out in between sessions as well.
Excellent.
But
Sweet.
as you guys are making your way out of the Hunters Guild, out of the Angel's Fury Guild, there still seems to be sort of a tension in the air as you see a few of the other couriers. You see their clothes are drenched in the blood rain, but their hair and their skin just seems completely dry, as if, like, upon contact with organic material, the blood just seems to evaporate on its own. So you see, like, the full regalia of some couriers, like, it's blood red. Damn near, like, if if it weren't crusted over, you'd say it kind of looks like the standard. Like like if it were like not as fresh, and not in layers and layers, as Elias you would know. But as you guys make your way out, can I get someone to just go ahead and do a luck roll for me on a d12? This is something I'm introducing.
I've been rolling a lot, perhaps.
Just a single
Perhaps
d12, no duality dice.
Just a single.
Nemo, if you want to do the honors.
I'll do it.
Oh,
All right.
I got it. I already rolled an 11.
Well, actually,
Better
I'll
than
decide with
mine.
you. Better than yours? Okay, we'll go with Elliot's roll then. There's as with that 11, you step out and back into the streets of Duskhaven. The rain seems to have stopped, but there's still that kind of storm cloud looming over the city, which is not unnatural. I will say, for the point of fact, all of you have not really seen many sunny days in your lifetimes, especially in stark contrast for you, Hylas, as there's not been many sunny days since the Vertex War ended, of the entire Astoria Domain being sundered below, in this limbo space between the material plane and the realms below. So the storm clouds here are not uncommon. What is off-putting to you all, which you do see, is red bolts of lightning bouncing as between storm clouds themselves into the distance, kind of acting as like a ball lightning, just kind of traveling from cloud to cloud, but no red bolts of lightning hitting the ground itself. It's as if static electricity is traveling through cotton, but the cotton itself is the clouds themselves, just.
Oh, guys, that's well ominous, isn't it? Mysterious red ball lightning floating between the clouds. Oh, that can't be good.
And Hylas, can you go ahead and just make me a... Can you just go ahead and make me an instinct roll, please? I will say, if you want to get advantage on this, go ahead and take it.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I'll take advantage. Okay, I definitely needed that. Instinct? Okay. A 14 with hope.
14 with hope, take that hope. And as you look through this kind of like instance of lightning, Hylas, you were still alive when the Pantheon was present. There's this sort of reminiscence to what you saw as a child that you have not seen before, but at a smaller scale. It's as if some sort of demi-divine energy is now present in the realms here. It's not to the connection to the gods, like to the Pantheon fully, from what you remember, as the presence of deities on the Astoria Domain was very minimal at best already, even before the Vertex War. But there's this sort of like, this is not arcane. This is nothing that there's nothing that you can recall right now that could cause this sort of phenomenon to course through the sky like this. So that puts that kind of sort of tension, that it confirms that kind of tension that Achinokia was laying on, of like, this is big, you just don't know how big yet.
right. Spooky.
And as you guys make
Alright.
your way through, yeah,
We're
go
wasting
ahead.
daylight. We're wasting daylight.
Hey, on we go to solve our gentleman soldier, the sentry he did stand.
As you guys make your way through, in and through the streets of Duskhaven, you pass by a few alleyways, but you see the stones themselves of the city as you're leaving it look harrowing, to say the least. You step in pools of blood. You look at some of the buildings around you, drenched in the same red coloration. It's as if someone just unloaded a full blast from one of their, as if a giant from the sky just unloaded one of their arteries onto the streets below you. And you walk through, you step into the pools of blood, on the cobble streets, your boots striking along trees themselves. And Felipe, as you kind of like using the standard to like help you walk, the bottom of the glaive striking against the stone, just it is eerily quiet across the city. But you know it to be eerily quiet at times of distress. It's as if the entire city is bracing itself for doom. But the doom is not going to come. You yourselves are going to be the bastions of hope to lead the light itself. Through the use of shadow, through the use of weaponry, through the use of experience. As you make your way into and through the streets themselves and past the gates. Can I get... Actually, yeah, Felipe. Can you go ahead? A lot of the stuff just leads to instinct again. I do apologize. Can you go ahead? I'm looking at the skill list right here. Navigate under instinct. I will say go ahead and add advantage to that, so which is a +6, which is a +d6. So roll your duality dice, roll a d6 to add to that result. So that will still be what, Elias? Sorry.
Okay, so duality dice first, and then I roll a d6.
Yes, duality dice, d6, and add the d6 to the result.
Alright, and because this is literally the only... Well, because it's a way for me to get out of instinct. Again, for tracking, would Partisan be something I could add to this? I was willing to spend hope.
I will say go ahead, because add a hope to that, yeah. Go ahead.
Excellent. Alright, I'll spend a bit of hope.
It is a journey you've done before. It is a journey you've done before, but with the changing landscape as well, it is something that you do need to recall and navigate.
Yeah, I've walked this route many times. I haven't walked it while it's raining blood.
Exactly.
I'm gonna need this d6.
Oh. If you need to roll a specifically d6, you can do !R space d6, and the d needs to be minimized, like lowercase. Okay, so 10 with hope. 10 with hope. Add that hope back. The DC for this, thankfully, because you've made this trek before, was relatively low, so this is not a failure.
Oh.
And add to the fact that not only are you not doing this on your own right now, given that Hylas has experience of being on this path as well, that did lower the DC a little bit. So you do make it with you do make a success with hope.
Oh my goodness.
So as you're making through this track, I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and spend a fear.
Oh, brilliant. Yeah, you succeeded. Let me spin the fear.
I'm gonna spend the fear, and as you guys are making this trek, I will say this will be a full. This will be a half a day trek, to north from Duskhaven, to a nearby forest area. So this is not going to be at a detriment to what you are capable of in this time. But as you guys are making your way up through the northern gate and up the pathway, what you see is a roiling pool of fire in serpentine form course its way from the ground up and steaming still from the pools of blood on the ground as if a sandworm from Dune raising its head, turning to you and just lowering down into the bloody soil and barely evading engagement with you all at this time.
Quite literally, Slovene isn't even phased. Like, has literally seen much worse than this.
I mean, well, I'm phased. I am extremely phased by that. That was a fiery bloodworm.
And Hylas, you have seen Hylas, you have seen some of these creatures before on your travels.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay. It's okay,
It's like
little boy with beret. It will be fine.
Just struggling to say one. In the overwhelming horror of what I just witnessed, that Bear could have easily crushed us and just say this. Nah.
It will be fine. It will be fine.
For context of the power of this creature, it's as if a grizzly bear grew 3 sizes. That is what you just evaded.
It is literally fine. Have not seen this before, little boy with beret? Oh, you pathetic little creature.
There's much worse out here.
Begrudgingly, I agree with little dwarf man.
Oh.
As you guys are making your way through, the more you go down that path, the more you see the effects of just the rain of blood has left as well. You see some imp creatures just seemingly devouring a deer carcass about 300 feet off the side of the road. And like the imps are both bathed in blood and a couple of them seem to be drinking out of a puddle of them, of the blood itself.
How big are they roughly?
A head and a half.
There's a tiny part of Felipe's brain that's thinking that might be perfectly good deer carcass going to waste. He kind of turns to Hylas. Permission to discharge my weapon, officer.
Does it seem like we can get by being undetected?
Easily.
Oh, then no.
Permission denied.
And Hylas, I feel like you would know as well. Discharging the rifle right now for Felipe would cause you more trouble than it would success.
Righto. Waste a perfectly good deer carcass.
We will find deer next time. We do not need deer right now. Don't you remember how much food we received from the so-called guild?
Aye, that's true, aye, but rations are shite.
It will literally be fine. We just get deer later.
Alright.
It is not necessary right now, little boy with beret.
Okay, in that case, let us rotate past the imp creatures.
As you guys are making your way through and further down the path, Hylas, you've made your trek to the forest a couple of times as well. What other kind of creatures do you think the group would see on their way through without engaging in direct combat with them?
Okay. And it's pretty like barren between a barren landscape where we're at right now.
Roughly, yes.
Roughly. Okay. I would say probably the most common thing we will see is creatures off in the distance, and it's hard to tell the scale until it walks past like a tree on how large this creature is. It doesn't seem very formidable, but it's imagine like a deer or like a bear body with extremely long, spindly legs. And it's not until you see it pass a relatively small tree how tall this creature truly is. And it's definitely something that we keep distance from, because encountering something like that is more trouble than it's worth.
This thing would 100%. This thing 100% sounds like one of the under the brute archetype for creatures, correct?
I would say so.
Kind of like a brutish solo mix, if anything.
Mm-hmm.
And you see it kind of just grab like a smaller tree. See it by the top of it. It's like what you see is like kind of a pine tree at first. As you guys are making your way around it, rather than like trying to like be anywhere near it, you see it pick up a tree, and just with its massive arms, just take the tree by the root and just rip it out of the ground. And the trees around here are already dead. So what you see is just a massive, damn near dead pine tree being ripped out of the ground and turned to dust from the sheer pulling force of this creature. And it just and seems to lumber off in the distance as it just wipes off the dead tree soot off of its hand. As you guys are making
Little boy with beret, please tell me you're not going to freak out again.
Felipe isn't making a goddamn sound.
Okay.
It's important to point his face is an expression of frozen panic. Straight up.
Just
It is a pure.
Go behind little dwarf man. He protect you. He'd be fine.
But the one with the standard needs to go in front.
He will protect you.
Permission to retreat to the rear, sir.
Permission granted.
He
As
retreats to
long as
rear.
the standard stays waving, everything will be okay.
Aye, true that.
As you guys make your way, through, the number of vegetation and the the density of it, it seems to just grow and grow as you guys proceed. As you guys make your way towards the forest itself, it's as if magic itself is just making the area around you just more lush and more vibrant. You see flakes of grass just kind of make their presence there. As you guys make your way towards the forest itself, I think we will take a little bit of a early end of our first session and let us regroup with the entirety of the crew in about a month's time for our episode 2. So I hope you guys enjoyed this first session as we make our way to the forest to retrieve our hedge witch. But again, thank you guys so much for playing. Thank you guys so much for watching. And we'll see you guys in the next one. Later!
Bye, y'all.
Bye-bye.
Bye.